Oh, am I going? I didn't. Okay, there's confusion. I'm going, and this is the intro to this episode, and this episode is now called "I'm Going."
In 5D.
I like that. See, I saved it. I will call that. I'm even gonna leave all the black when I record this. This is gold.
Actually, to be fair, we are introducing our guest host this time. It was supposed to be Phil.
Thank you, guys.
And here we are now.
It's a real pleasure to be here, guys. I've been a fan for a long time. My cousin over here is pretty talented.
I was about to say, I hope so.
First time caller, long time listener.
Also, for this whole thing, I would like you to very firmly remove your nose from his butthole. We need real opinions.
Hey, not
there.
too firmly, okay? If you do it too firmly, stuff falls out. You gotta. It's gentle.
Leakage.
How brown does my nose look?
As brown as mine
actually.
right now.
Oh no.
Actually, I gotta really quick. So I realize this is a little bit behind. A bunch of people are gonna be like, "Yeah, we fucking know." But Steam sale. It's Steam sale time. I just picked up South Park: Fractured But Whole, and as you adjust the difficulty on the game, your skin tone gets darker. The strongest difficulty is you just play as a black kid.
That's fucked
So
up.
I'm playing firmly in Hispanic right now. I'll have you know.
Oh, that's bad.
It was so good.
I've been wanting that game for a while. I just haven't picked it up. I picked up other things on Steam sale.
Hey,
$20 on Steam sale, man. I grabbed that and I grabbed Cuphead, $15.
I
Just
know,
so you
but I
know,
already had Cuphead.
Furman Hispanic was my nickname in high school.
I picked up like 8 games. Most of them were like $2.50. My highest one was GTA 5 for like $33, and that wasn't even like the standard edition. It was like standard edition with like a shark card or whatever. I was like, fuck it.
I got the gold edition of Fractured But Whole for like 23 or something like that, but it comes with the DLC for it, which I think I will play because my only problem with the first game wasn't longer.
Yeah.
It was pretty long though for like just the base game. I kind of liked it. They didn't add anything to it or anything. They didn't make any microtransactions.
It was what it needed to be, but now that this one's out, I want more of this one.
Right. No, I'm gonna pick it up. I just haven't, and it's been on my list. I can't wait to play it.
So I will say one thing though. I am sick and tired of what we're doing. Let's finish this goddamn E3 list so we can move on to other things.
Okay, we stopped at Raja, the ancient epic.
Did we?
Epic. Yeah, that was where we stopped.
Thank God. Okay, so I thought we stopped at Resident Evil.
No, we stopped at that one. But I do have a
guys...
couple notes here, like the Personas. I finally looked those up. They're dance games. Go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, we're gonna Persona it up. Let's do it.
Rainbow Six Siege was the other one that I wanted to talk on, mostly because all they announced was a documentary about elite players playing the game competitively. Go fuck yourself.
That's not a real announcement to make a game
No,
list.
that's not. It's not an announcement for E3. Go suck your dick.
That's like
elsewhere.
every time a company makes a big deal out of announcing a trailer. I'm like, your trailer is an announcement. You do not need to announce an announcement.
Oh no, here's my favorite part. They do release parties for the soundtrack of a movie that's not even out yet.
Get fucked. No.
Oh, what the hell?
Done.
Just people sucking their own farts over there.
All right, we're moving through. Roller Coaster Tycoon Switch.
I'm actually excited about this.
No
Yeah.
way. You're kidding. Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'm interested in a Switch. That'll be a game I could potentially play on my Switch.
It seems like
that's
it's
all I got.
a casual game you could play on your Switch, right?
Right.
Like I could just play it on the bus and pause it and random space it. It's not gonna have like that story drive that I'm gonna be like, must keep playing.
Right. All right.
Wait, no, we skipped over Rapture Rejects and Rend.
So.
I thought we left off on Resident Evil 2.
No, it was Raja.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Rapture Rejects. What is Rapture Rejects?
So Rapture Rejects is a battle royale game made by Suicide and Happiness or Cyanide and Happiness.
Pass.
Oh,
I don't know. I think it looks fun.
Okay.
I like how he was just go so quick to just go pass.
You lost
from
me
Pass.
from the beginning, and then you said Cyanide and Happiness, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's gonna be funny and comical. It's 2D. It looks fun.
I will
but it's
watch it
still
on
a
Twitch.
Fucking battle royale
So
game.
what? Those are the games
But
that are around now.
There
Get
have
used to it.
been some battle royale games that we've played together that you didn't totally hate.
Which
Yeah.
one?
It was the one I forget the name of it, but is it not Zombie Kill of the Week? It was the one where it was 2D and you kind of sort of dress like monks and run around. And do you know what I'm talking about? We played it on the stream. I fucking hated it and I sucked. And it was you could really fuck with other people by shooting them. It doesn't hurt them, but it pushes them, so you keep pushing them off the ledges.
Oh, I vaguely remember that. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I got nothing.
I'm gonna play Rapture Rejects eventually. I'm gonna wait till it's a bargain bin deal and play it. I like Cyanide.
I'm gonna watch it on
Happiness.
Twitch first and see if I enjoy it.
Rend is a another survival crafty wave based game where you fight off demons, and there's also like player versus player.
Diablo.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be something. Maybe it won't be. I don't know.
Pass.
Now Resident Evil 2 remake, awesome. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, I'm playing
What?
the Resident Evil 1 HD
It's so
re-release they did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great. I imagine 2 will be just as great or
yeah. It'll be better, especially because it's gonna go for the overshorter Kamek, like 4,
Yeah.
Hmm.
most definitely.
instead of it being like trying to replicate the Kamek.
Yeah, that's still ridiculous in in number 1, the remake I'm playing. That little like turning. Don't worry, I'm going to haha bang.
Yeah.
Bang.
Well,
Bang.
even I think it was 5. You still couldn't shoot and move at the same time, and I thought that was
no. That
ridiculous
was not-
as shit.
Yeah, you're right, Eddie. That wasn't a thing in 5 either. I think it happened in 6.
Yeah, the moving happened in 6. I didn't actually like moving that much. I actually prefer 4 and 5's
What?
thing.
How?
I was talking. So in the Resident Evil remake, it's back to the old camera angles. So it's like, one minute the camera angle's up here, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna run this. No, I'm gonna run this way now. What the fuck? No, I'm gonna run this way now.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
jeez.
gonna run this way now.
You know,
I'm
there
gonna
were
run this way.
platformers with that I just I know for a fact Bonsai broke many controllers because
People
of that.
don't believe me. I have ripped PlayStation controllers in half, and I have fucking witnessed.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I will say I would like a
Yes.
moment of silence for Mad Cats because they provided us with
Yeah.
cheap ass controllers for Devin to break.
Yeah, we both just found out today, although this happened last year. But do you guys know Mad Cats is totally gone now?
Yeah.
They are not
yeah.
a company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
happened like mid last year, something like that.
Totally missed that.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened.
Yeah,
Super lame.
yeah.
Where am I gonna get my
That
my glowy peripherals for?
I
all these
remember
weird games?
the exact controller that made me quit Mad Cats. It was a PS2 controller, and if I remember right, I was playing Metal Arms Glitch in the System. And it was a new controller I had just got. I don't remember why I got a new controller, but I got a new controller.
'Cause you broke
Took it
the
out of
last
the
one.
package, plugged it in, pressed the X button, and it punched through the controller.
I remember.
Like, yeah, all right. That was a waste of $30. And
Fucking
No,
Mad Cats.
don't lie. That wasn't $30. That was back when we were still getting the 2-packs for like 20.
Oh boy.
maybe.
Remember the Mad
That
Packs
might be it.
2-packs, and they were clear plastic with LEDs or whatever. They look cool, but yeah, they were shit.
Hold with shit.
I
Like-
actually had something like that similar happen to me a couple years ago when I was buying GameCube controllers. Bought like 3 of them. Only one of them ended up working right. The other 2 either stuck to one side. We were trying to play Mario Kart Double Dash. Like I found a GameCube inside a Goodwill, and it had Mario Kart Double Dash in it.
Oh,
So
that's
I
a
just-
score.
Yeah. So I closed the lid and I just brought the GameCube up to the desk. The lady was like, $12.39. I was like, all right.
$12 is even for the GameCube, like
Yeah.
the console itself. Hold on, you keep talking. I'm gonna look up what that is on my
So,
game
I think
chart.
it was retailed at like $50 or something like that last I checked. But yeah, I walked out of that store going, I got a free copy of Mario Kart Double Dash.
Well, I remember back then that was still when we were doing video production stuff, and as was it Zombie Party Productions.
CPP.
ZPP, and we wanted to make a skit based on that where Devin would just sneeze and break the controller in half, but we couldn't afford extra controllers. So we decided not to film that and we're wait, but
Or you know what you guys could have done?
Okay,
You guys
so-
could've just-
The console itself is right now $29. Just the loose console, not in a box, not with everything. Just the console. If you had a complete console, it was like $40. Mario Kart Double Dash in the so no box, so it's technically loose, is still worth $30. So you basically got $60 worth of gear for $12.39.
39 cents.
That's a score.
That's a
Well
tough
done.
score.
Win.
Win.
Retro game win. Okay, moving on. We did Roller Coaster Tycoon because I skipped ahead.
I think
Yeah.
we've done 3 games and we're already like 10 minutes in.
Sergeant Head, Sable.
Sable is like a 2D exploration indie game.
Yeah.
It looks okay. I don't know. It's
Okay.
not going. I'm gonna be like meh.
All right.
Okay.
Sakura of Rice and Ruin. Sakura of Rice and Men.
That sounds racist for some reason.
I'm not sure. This isn't the one I was thinking of, but I don't know about this one.
Okay. Satisfactory.
So that one
Can't
is
get no.
basically it's a corporate game where you play as like interplanetary space workers that build giant complexes of automated machines, and actually it looks kind of cool.
I like the concept. I could be into that.
I would be into it just for a while at least.
So is this like Factorio?
A little bit, yeah. That's what it reminded me of, was that game.
Okay.
Only it's a little bit more in depth, and it looks kind of fun. It looks like it would be a good, at least 4-player co-op kind of game.
Okay. Sea of Solitude.
I have no idea.
Sea of Thieves, Cursed Sails, and the Forsaken Shores.
That sounds like the add-on for the most recent Sea of Thieves game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Has
is.
anyone
Okay.
actually played
DLC?
that?
I don't have an Xbox.
I won't play it because I don't want to get an Xbox Live subscription for Windows.
Okay.
Done. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Now this is one I actually am looking forward to.
This is a spiritual successor to another game, right?
No, it's by From Software. It's Dark Souls, but with ninjas.
Oh.
right.
Somebody mentioned that Shadows Die Twice is a reference to something else.
It might be. I don't know about that. I haven't looked too far into it. I just know that it's by From Software, and I was already like, sold! Like,
I
that's
am
it.
gonna say hard pass
Sorry.
for me.
I don't have to. Well, it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be more patient in this one instead of like Dark Souls and stuff, where you can kind of not be as patient. I think it's a little bit more stealth based
Yeah, it is.
than clanking around as a D&D Japanese D&D game.
Yeah. Still pass. Don't do stealth. Not very good at it.
I love it. I love stealth.
All right. Next one.
Sharon, I'm just
Sorry,
trying
I'm
to
still
figure out.
looking this up. Somebody says that somebody had said that game is sort of like so. From Software bought the rights to a really old like samurai game, and there was
Oh.
something about a guy was a shadow and he died twice in the series. So people took that Shadows Die Twice as a subtle reference that this was a spiritual successor.
It
to this
probably
old
is.
game. Tenchu.
Oh, it is. Okay, so that's what I
Tenchu.
was hoping. I thought Tenchu when I saw it, and then it was like From Software. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess
So
it's not Tenchu.
somebody. I can't remember what the video was, so I'm sorry for not crediting who I saw say it. I really legitimately don't remember. It was probably somebody from the Metal Jesus crew, if anybody cares enough. But yeah, he was a big Tenchu fan, and he said that Shadows Die Twice is a subtle, he felt it was a subtle reference to this thing, and with how similar as the game looked, it was most likely that this was some sort of spiritual success.
I could definitely see that. I loved Tenchu. I still like Tenchu.
That's very much your kind of game.
It's
like-
very stealth oriented, and I like stealth games.
It's not just about the stealth for you, though. You like that patient, memorize and perfect a pattern, procedural, like, you like to treat this like factory work. You do this part at this part, go replicate.
It's
That's
a
just
little,
your kind of thing.
it's a little bit more than that. You have to very much be adaptable to the situation in these stealth games, especially Tenchu. Tenchu is very much, even though it's older and it's
Really?
probably really dated now.
I found the opposite for stealth games. You have to do things exactly, or you're not gonna
Oh,
make it through.
No, there's an exact science to
Adaptability,
it.
like,
But
eh.
you have to be able to adapt, because at any moment the guard can change positions, or they can change rotations, or they can change their patrol pattern and stuff like that. And it was all about getting in and out of places and assassinating your targets.
Okay.
So it's very much an adaptability game. Sometimes
Senran Kagura Burst Renew.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how the fuck to say that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
to be fair, that title looks like it's an email.
Senran
I
Kagura
hear-
Burst Renewal. It's renewal.
I hear
It's regarding Newell.
I
No,
hear
it's a fucking
weeboos
email. Is
everywhere
what it
going
is.
nuts about it. That's all I hear about.
What is it?
Wait,
I don't know.
who's
Just from
going
the
nuts
title.
about it?
Weeboos.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Serious Sam 4, Planet Badass.
Okay, I'm actually excited about this one. Did you guys
You know,
ever play the
I've
other
never
games?
played the Serious Sams, but
played
I've
a
always
little
been
bit of it.
interested.
If you go on GOG, you can get the entire series for fucking a couple bucks.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap.
It is basically
It's a Duke Nukem kind
yeah,
of game.
it's like
It's like Duke Nukem, but it gives less of a shit than Duke Nukem, right?
yeah. So it just waves upon waves of enemies, and like the story is dimension hopping aliens, like super
Yeah.
No, that's
convoluted,
Duke Nukem.
and it doesn't give a shit and just makes a lot of jokes. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a 3D first-person shooter platformy puzzle-y thing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'd be interested to see where this one goes.
A lot of words.
Honestly, I played them late, so I wasn't super impressed with Serious Sam. But I got laid into the Serious Sam game. I only bought them because they were co-op, and I was like, sure, let's get this one. It looks stupid.
All right, so Session. Is that
Session is built on the engine that Skate 4 was supposed to be built on. So
I
this
remember
is
this.
basically people are looking at this as what Skate 4 was supposed to be, which I'm actually interested. I never played the Skate games, but all my friends have been like swearing up and down by it, and I've had the craziest itch to play Tony Hawk's Underground lately. So I feel like this might fill some of that thug itch while I try and find an original Xbox because mine's dead.
Considering how much of a disaster Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 was, yeah.
5 was a you actually know, if you buy Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 and it's not like the later edition, if you buy an original copy, that disc does not include the full game of Tony Hawk 5. That disc only includes the title menu, the credits, and the link to download.
Here's the really shitty part. The download servers aren't live anymore, so if you get one of the originals, you can't even play the game.
Right. You can play one tutorial level.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
but yeah, you can't play the
That's
actual
fucking lame.
game.
They
You
had
can
to
play a
rush the
demo.
game production and released it before they could actually stick the game on the it had to go into production before it was done. So while the run was being made is when they finished everything, put it on a patch, and sent it out online.
Meanwhile, all the while, guys making Session, we're just like,
I guess, but yeah. So yeah, this is supposed to be Skate 4. I'm actually interested.
Yeah, I remember watching this, and I was just like, oh god.
Scum was actually really interesting. I looked into that one as well. It's a free roam prison island. It's going to have PvP probably. But the interesting part is the actual stat systems. You can have a 1 through 5 through the stats, and then they multiply it depending on what it is or whatever. But like if you have a 1 in your constitution, you're a fat motherfucker. Whereas if you have a 5 in a strength, you're a fat motherfucker that can hay bale somebody. And it all plays into all the different stats of like reloading, fucking aiming, all the stamina you need, like your recoil, your recoil like reduction and stuff, like
This
how well you
reminds
can
me
hold
of Star Wars
automatics.
Galaxies.
It looks really interesting. It's one that I'm going to keep tabs on, and I'll probably pick up and play. I didn't see much of gameplay. It was just explaining everything inside of the actual like mechanics of the game. It's still very early on. I don't think that's going to be releasing anytime soon. But it's one that was actually interesting to watch.
All right, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Don't care. Tomb
I
Raider is
haven't played
becoming
a Tomb Raider game since Tomb Raider 2.
it's Tomb Raider becoming Tomb Raider.
So
Wasn't she already supposed to be coming Tomb Raider from the last 2 games?
stole-
Yeah,
you
this is
stole
like the
that.
third one where she's like, "I'm still doing it."
You stole that comment. Give credit.
I did steal that
Give
comment.
credit.
Yes, I did. I stole it from Yahtzee.
No, he's saying, "Okay,
There you go. Okay. Anyways, point is that look, I played the original remake Tomb Raider.
Yeah, me too.
And I played it for the first like 10 minutes, and then I realized I wasn't having any fun. I'd rather go
Did you finish
play.
it, Phil?
Huh?
I was asking Phil if he finished it.
I got about a half hour, maybe an hour or two into it, and I was like,
So you guys had the same response. It was just more of a delayed response.
Yeah, I just wasn't having any fun, and I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna be doing this kind of shit, I'm just gonna go finish the Uncharted HD remakes, and
I still need to play fucking Uncharted 4. God damn it.
you know what? I need to finish 3 and then move on to 4. I have them; they're just on my backlog.
Yeah, same.
All right.
Okay, moving on. Shining Resonance Refrain.
It's too many titles.
I don't know.
many words.
Done. The Sinking City.
Doesn't ring a bell. I don't remember.
Done. Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones is
Is it about secret societies.
it's actually a pirate game.
Yep.
But it's done by Ubisoft, so I have
I'm
kind of
going to
like
say this. At least it's a pirate game, because if your game was called Skull and Bones and had nothing to do with at least like a pirate ship, what the fuck am I playing your game for?
It could have been. It could have been like the secret society Skull and Bones.
Nope, still not playing it.
So-
You don't get to call it that. Skull and Bones Pirates.
My friends want to pick it up. I might end up picking it up just because they pick it up. I don't know.
So-
It's Ubisoft though, and I think For Honor every time I think about it, and it hurts
Well,
my head.
I will say that one of the better games that Ubisoft has released in the latter years was Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
That's
where
true.
Yes.
all of the pirate and
That
the
is
boat
true.
stuff was way better than anything else. Like, they could have just called that Pirates the game and cut out all the bullshit about the Templars and the Assassins, and it would have been great.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like they're trying to compete with Sea of Thieves on this one, and I think it might be a really different experience than that.
I think the punk band Black Flag was way better than the game Black Flag. Moving on. Soul
Oh,
Calibur.
Hold on. Before we hit that, according to the stream, Sinking City is a third-person RPG set in Lovecraft-inspired world. Looks kind of cool, is what our
Okay.
our game correspondent in the stream is
Maybe
saying.
that.
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
I'll look at that one.
Yeah, I'm fair.
Soul Calibur.
It's a fighting game.
You fight.
We good?
So
I think
wait,
so.
who are they gonna add this time? Like, we haven't had major releases of other significant characters, because before
Yeah, I
they
know,
added
right?
like Vader and Yoda. Like, who's...
And Vader's Apprentice too.
Oh,
Star Killer.
they added Circular.
Yep. So Xbox had Yoda, PlayStation players had Vader and the Apprentice.
Soul Calibur 6 is going to add Jay and Silent Bob. And then you can get alternate costumes for Bluntman and Chronic.
I would play that. I would buy that game just for that.
Right.
Honestly.
100%.
Space Hulk Tactics. Actually in?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I know.
it's fucking
It's Tactics 40K.
yeah.
You can't... They never do those poorly. Some of them aren't as good as other ones, but they're never bad.
They are what they are, man. They're fucking. Was it Games Workshop?
Yeah. So for this next one, this is literally all I can say. Spider-Man 4. Yes!
Is it 4 or it just said Spider-Man?
It's Spider-Man PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay.
It's also... No, 4-5.
no,
After the numbered ones, this is...
this might not be any of that. It might be a whole new
Yeah,
thing.
This is like
it's technically a reboot, but at the same time, all of these games are reboots. Really, it's Spider-Man 4 or 5.
As long as this
I
is
think
the
it's
one
Spider-Man
that
4.
had the amazing
4.
Bagman, then I'm in.
So this one's gonna do the same thing like all the other ones did. You're gonna get 1 million costumes. Like, it's already, if you GameStop pre-order, you can get Punk Rock Spider-Man from the '90s run with like the metal mohawk and the jean jacket.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's rad.
Pre-ordered Amazon, you can get the Iron Spider from
From
the,
Infinity War.
Yeah, from Infinity War.
War.
Although
Yeah.
I actually, if you're gonna put in an Iron Spider, it should be the one from Infinity War and not the one from the comic. It's only subtly different, but fuck, was the one from the comic ugly.
I'll
I don't
say
want
this much
Infinity War either.
about the game itself, though. That E3 trailer they debuted, where he amasses 5 of the Sinister Six by the end of it, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and I really want to know who the sixth one is. Like, I'm
Right.
100% in on this.
Right, yeah, same. Most definitely will be getting this one day one.
I'm
probably.
interested for sure. I played the shit out of the old Spider-Man on the PC, and it was actually done really, really well.
But everything I've read about the web swinging in this, a bunch of the people who got to demo it, like a bunch of the game reviewers, are all like, "This was my #1 concern. If you don't get web swinging right, your game is garbage, and I'm not going to play it." Every single one of them that I read walked out going, "Web swinging's perfect. It just flows."
Interesting. It's weird that it's a PS4 exclusive.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
It's Insomniac. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, Insomniac made the game.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
last good Spider-Man game I played was probably Shattered Dimensions, so that was like almost 10 years ago. So I'm really excited for this one. But what's the next
That
one?
was what, GameCube?
Spin Tires
PS3.
Mud Runner. Sounds like a racing game. Yeah.
Racing
Yeah.
game.
Spud-
Spyro. What? What?
Spud Myers is based off of the Spud tires that they have now, which is like a Soviet racing game. But you play as like giant trucks through marshlands.
Huh.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Okay.
Spyro Reignited.
Reignited Trilogy.
Don't care.
No, I'm into
Yeah,
it, actually.
I'm actually
Don't
into
care.
this. I love
I
the
like
shit
this
out of the
because
other
my-
ones.
My wife grew up with the Spyro games. I grew up with the Crash games, so she's going to play Crash with me. I'm going to play Spyro with her. It'll be great.
I had Legend of
all
Zelda, Ocarina of Time. None of the Spyro games.
That
None of
that
the
game
Crash
is
Bandicoot
way
games.
older than Spyro.
Yeah.
Spyro was an entire console generation after that.
Yep.
Spyro was PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
PlayStation 1, Nintendo was around the same time.
N64.
I thought
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time. I thought Ocarina of Time was GameCube.
No,
No.
Ocarina of Time was 1998, same as Metal Gear Solid, 1998 for the PlayStation.
Hold
I know
on.
because it's the only PlayStation
Ocarina of
game that I
Time.
bought at the time because I bought a PlayStation 2 and was like, I'm going to play this shit.
Wait, Link was on. Oh, you mean
Nintendo
Metal
64.
Gears? Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that it was on PlayStation 1.
No.
So while he's looking that up, okay,
Oh yeah, they're both 1998. Well done.
Yeah.
Stand corrected.
Starfield.
I think I just got one way after the other because I was also poor.
Probably.
Yeah, fair enough. So okay, so Starfield.
Starfield is Bethesda's
I know.
spacey single-player game.
I know. Are you guys?
I'm kind of going to get it.
Okay,
I'm into it.
I'm glad
I
I'm
like
not the only
Bethesda's game.
one.
I won't finish it because I've never really. The only thing I finished was
Skyrim.
No, not even. I didn't even finish Skyrim. I haven't finished
dude,
Oblivion.
Story alone, if you did just the story, it's super short. It's
Yeah, I
all
know,
that
but I
other
didn't.
shit.
Hey, are they just gonna take the architecture from the last several games they made, throw a couple patches in it, reskin it, and call it a new
Actually,
game?
I
I think
think
so.
this one is a new engine, right? They've been working on this for a
No,
while.
their fucking new engine is the same engine plus any of the mods that fans have made that they've decided to capitalize on. It's exactly what they fucking did with Fallout 4. And Fallout New Vegas, for that matter. That one wasn't an engine. It was just...
That was the only one I finished.
Really, New Vegas?
Yep.
I didn't finish. I finished 3. I did not finish New
I
Vegas.
finished the Dishonored game, and I finished a bunch of other
I
Bethesda
hated
games.
Dishonored.
I liked it.
I made it like a quarter way through and went, this is tedious for no goddamn reason.
Okay, so I played the shit out of Dishonored, and I got busy with something with the stream, and I never went back.
Yep.
So I
Don't
need
go
to.
back.
Street
All right.
Fighter, arcade...
No. Starlink Battle for
Oh, I
Atlas.
missed one? Oh,
Yeah.
It was the same game.
So this no, it's different. It's a Star Battle game, and apparently for the Switch you can actually unlock what was
It's
it?
a-
Star Fox.
Oh, it's a Star Fox game.
And I don't. It's not a Star Fox game. It's just a game that's kind of
Like a
inspired
spiritual
by.
successor?
Yeah, kind of.
There's a lot of those coming out. They're capitalizing on nostalgia hard.
Of course they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it a fighter game then? Because you said
No,
a Star Battle game. I don't know what that
No,
means.
it's like No Man's Sky is what somebody's saying on there. It's a battle. Let's see. Starlink Battle for Atlas is an up-and-coming action adventure game developed by Ubisoft Toronto
Oh, boo.
and published by Ubisoft. It is scheduled
Double
to release
boo?
on October.
Okay, so I still play No Man's Sky sometimes. I know people
So
hate
do I.
me and hate it,
Actually,
but I go back and I sink hours
it's
into
getting
it all the
more
time.
and more solid though. And
Yeah.
the minute they have multiplayer, I know a couple other people that are willing to jump in on it, and I'll be like, "Let's go."
Dude,
That game, like, did it not deliver on what they promised?
No,
no.
not originally. No, and
Well,
it's
no,
still
Did they not do that? Yes, they did not deliver on what they promised. But was what they delivered still fun? Yeah.
it was okay.
It
fun
was
with
it
it.
was fun. If like me, I knew
Did
nothing
you even
about
play
it.
it, Phil? You're making this face. Did you even play it?
Look,
There
I
were no
played-
expectations.
I played like a good hour of this back when an ex of mine were still together. She paid the full $60 for this
So
on
did I.
PS4. Yeah, and I played for like an hour or two, and I was like, all right, if this is it, I'm gonna go find something else to do with my time.
Wait, I think I kickstarted this on. I think Uriah actually told me about it, and I think I kickstarted it on a whim, and I didn't pay the full $60. But
I paid $60 and I don't regret it.
No.
I don't regret as much as I regretted Evolve. Evolve, I
oh
regret.
jeez,
I regret every second.
Actually,
I feel like a dick because I talked you guys into doing it.
the game I regret the most is For Honor, Evolve, and Battleborn.
I liked Battleborn,
But it
God
died too
damn it.
fast, man.
I know, but I liked it.
It was
It-
fun, but it
It
died.
had a fun story. It just didn't keep up, and that was the problem. It was right around the release of what Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which I think it was unfairly compared to.
Yeah,
Overwatch
it
is
was.
shit.
They did not have as much in common as people wanted to pretend like they did. It was
Right.
that.
Well,
fucking
it's like saying
sucked.
Overwatch and Paladins is the same game.
I can't take it. Street Fighter Arcade Edition. It's Street Fighter. It's the edition like the arcades. What is it, like 10,000 fucking fighters in that goddamn franchise at this point, and most of them don't wear pants. Dugan. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
What game is
It's
that?
Still E EA.
What
I
game are you
know
talking
it's
about?
EA, but they have the license.
What game are you talking about?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, I just remember there's being a fucking title in this game not being shown off for shit.
Yeah, they showed nothing about it. They
Yeah.
showed that it's Star Wars. They showed that it's EA, and I showed myself the door.
And the little title is from the Respawn Entertainment comes a brand new action adventure game which tells the original Star Wars story around the surviving Padawan set shortly after the events of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith.
No.
That's it.
State of Mind. PS4, Xbox One, PC, Nintendo Switch. Anything?
Why does this sound familiar?
State of Mind does sound familiar. I'm not sure what State of Mind is, though.
Seconds, and I'm moving on to the next game because we're still in the S's.
Yeah, just keep moving.
Strange Brigade.
I've got nothing.
Nope.
Street Fighter V 5
Arcade
Edition.
Edition.
I don't know what the
Gives
difference
a
is and why it gets to be
shit.
entered twice. Don't say anything about it. They don't get to have 2 entries.
Wait a minute. Let me get this
No.
straight.
No.
Let me get this. No, hold on. Let me get this straight. Capcom's releasing 2 fucking arcade editions in this. Really?
Apparently.
What?
Well,
Come on.
Because they like
because
money.
there's a fighting market where
Capcom.
only people play certain fucking Street
You know what?
Fighters.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
That's
hate
true.
Street Fighter 5. I love Street Fighter Alpha 3.
You're
Won't
right.
play any other one but Street
Actually-
Fighter Alpha 3.
And
You're right.
you can. I'm going to use this as a segue. The same thing happens in the next community, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I have a buddy who will not play a Smash Bros. That is not melee. He's
Yep.
actually like he's not like super high ranked. I'm not gonna like name drop the guy, but my buddy does go to Smash tournaments and does okay for a dude who goes to Smash tournaments, but will only
Yeah.
play melee. It's
Yeah.
the GameCube one or nothing, and I'm like, I hated that one. That was my least favorite one. If I'm gonna play Smash Bros, I'm playing Smash Bros. Wii or Smash Bros. N64.
See,
And
I'm
no
not-
other one.
I'm not too big on the Wii one. I'll actually play Melee or 2DS.
So it's the same thing. The Street Fighter.
See-
I actually bet you the MK community is probably the same way as well.
Or N64.
I know. I like all the
N64
Super
day.
Smash Brothers. I do have my prefers over the other ones. I play
Right.
a lot of Melee with people because they play Melee. I get my ass kicked every time because I'm not that good of a player because I don't spend copious
like
amount of hours on it.
I don't
But
like melee.
it doesn't stop me from buying the Super Smash Brothers because I'm just a casual Super Smash Brothers player.
Update from the chat: Strange Brigade, third-person shooter, steampunky player team versus mummies and other beasties.
Oh, that's why I
Oh,
remember
okay.
it. Yes, that is what I was going to pick up because that looked awesome.
Okay, what about State of Mind? That's
No, we're okay. Super Mario Party. Actually stoked. Mario Party is one of my go-to drunk games,
Yeah.
and that is actually something that will push me to get a Switch. No
Yeah,
joke.
This one actually
depends
looked
Mario
on how
Party and
they
Mario
do it.
Kart. I'm in.
It
Yeah.
depends on how they do it. If they add support for 4 controllers to the Switch, then I might be in.
right.
Yeah. It does need to be 4 people, but that is one of my go-to drunk games. So
State
into
of
it.
Mind is
You
about
know-
transhumanism.
If they really don't make it a 4-player,
Ooh.
Yeah.
like if they don't really add 4-person connectivity, they might just kind of shit the bed with it a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Super Meat Boy Forever. It's Super Meat Boy.
For me, boy. But you know what? It'll be worth $20.
Yeah, probably.
I never played the
yeah.
first
Yeah.
one, really. I have it. I just never got into it.
The Surge 2. Did anybody play the Surge 1?
I wanted to so hard, but
What is it?
it's-
Nutshell it.
It's a rip-off Dark Souls game set in the future.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
really?
care.
Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition.
I think it's RPG, if I remember correctly.
Sounds RPG-ish.
Yeah, it is.
especially
It's RPG. It's a Tales game. It's a Tales, like Tales of Symphonia, Tales
Okay.
of Zinfonia, Tales
It
of blah
doesn't
blah
get
blah.
any better than Tales of Symphonia.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Random.
Harsh words being dropped about the Tales series.
I'm
Give your
Yeah.
2 cents on it. 2 cents why? Keep it under a minute. Go.
My 2 cents on the Tales series, why it never got any good after, or what is it? The one I just-
Symphonia.
Yes, but you're
Symphonia.
eating into your minute. Go.
I am eating my minute. Well, just Symphonia just had it was like the right RPG for the GameCube at the right time. You know, the controls flowed really well, the graphics looked nice, the story was,
I don't know.
Pleasant.
Tell me.
oh, it's been years since I've played this game, and I only played it every now and again at my buddy's
No,
place.
take it. You just feel plain solid where other ones had flaws.
Right,
Sold.
right.
Team Sonic Racing. We saw Diddy Kong try and do it. He's probably the only one besides Mario who did it even halfway decent. How do you feel about Team Sonic Racing? Any opinions?
Not really. I'm not gonna get it though.
Why is Sonic dying?
Sonic has always been dying.
I feel like that's just a headline to a really sad nostalgia.
Just-
Mommy, why is Sonic dying? Because this franchise can't keep up.
Dude, it is.
That's probably why
so
Jim
bad.
Carrey got the voice of Dr. Robotnik for the movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Actually, I like Carrie. We'll see where this goes.
I am kind of curious to see how that
I'll
turns
watch
out.
that. Yeah, sure.
I don't like everything with Carrie.
Hey, isn't
Okay,
it
that's
is it
fair.
animated? It's an animated movie, correct?
No.
No.
From what I've read, it's
Oh.
live action Sonic the Hedgehog. From what I
Oh
have
God,
read.
is it?
I'm in.
Is
I'm
it?
so in on that.
Wait, is it gonna be like Garfield or Roger Rabbit with that?
I don't
weird...
know,
I
but I'm
believe
in.
that is the intent.
Oh God.
And if
So
Jaleel
so
White doesn't voice
in.
Sonic, I'm out. Urkel voiced Sonic. In the
All
cartoon,
right.
You Knew and Live as a Kid, Urkel voiced Sonic, live with that
Next
fact.
one.
Tetris Effect. I'm guessing some sort of Tetris, and it's on PlayStation VR, and we have a rule here. Total War, 3 Kingdoms. Expansion to Total War.
So no, it's not an expansion. It's a
No?
standalone game
Okay.
where you actually play as like the Chinese quarreling with each
Oh, that's
other.
kinda
On a
dope.
sim- yeah,
That's kinda dope.
I really Edge really likes the Total War series.
Edge
I
was
like
selling
it.
me on Total War Hammer, so
I really like it. It's just I don't know, man. When I play it, I feel like Austria-Hungary to the Germany. I'm just collapsing on all fronts and just sucking at life.
I still want to try Total War Hammer because, like I said, Warhammer RTS games, man.
It's really good. I really like the combat. I like how grand scale it is. It looks beautiful in every fucking aspect, and it's a lot of fun. It's just super slow, and I just suck at grand strategy. I can do strategy games, especially like Company Heroes and stuff, where it's fast paced and you have to adapt to situations and pull out units and blah 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 blah. But when it comes to grand strategy and like coming in, a dude comes and pisses in my Cheerios, I march all the way half across the world to go piss back in his, and I lose.
That just sounds like the last game of what is Space Com? That we
Almost
just
at
had.
40 minutes, and I can see the bottom. Transference.
It's a movie.
NC.
It's a movie.
It's a psychological movie of some kind.
Is it like
What?
Dear Esther?
Yeah.
No, this is not a game. We're skipping it. Trials Rising.
Oh,
I didn't see that one.
neither did I. Doesn't ring a bell.
Trevor Saves the Universe.
Trevor Saves the Universe, I think, is made by the same guys that make Rick and Morty.
Okay,
If I
well,
remember
but no, sorry, PSVR. We have a rule here. Tunic.
Hey, but Gungrave was also PSVR, and we're all getting a VR for that, so maybe we'll do a little
Gungrave
bit.
gets automatic excuses.
I'll get Trevor
Damn
Saves the
right.
Universe.
Tunic.
Tunic is a you play as a little
Fashion
fox
game.
going on a little adventure. It looks really cutesy.
Mascot platformer.
Mascot platformer.
Kind of, yeah.
I will
Okay.
say the last
you know what? We
mascot
need a
platform
good
was
new
awful.
mascot
Yeah.
platform. So
The,
It looks
Twin-
really good. The
the
art's
bat
really nice.
lizard thing was fuck awful. I kickstarted it, and I am sorry.
Twin
No
Mirror.
worries, man.
Twin Mirrors,
Mirrors.
it reminds me almost of like Heavy Rain, just by the art style, but I'm not sure if it's by the
Oh.
same people. But it's
Oh.
a murder mystery kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So kind of like Life is Strange, where you do different choices.
Yeah.
And things. Okay.
Twin Mirror.
That's the one we're
That's
just
the one
on.
we just
Oh,
talked
sorry.
about.
Unravel 2.
It's
I've been drinking.
I don't know. I didn't play the first Unravel. It looked okay. I don't know. It didn't
Yeah,
really catch
same.
my
I
interest.
saw it. I probably would enjoy it if it came across me, but I never grabbed it. Vacation Simulator. Now,
VR.
we skip VR. But is this not just a remake of old Nintendo games, sort of, in an essence?
of.
Like, do you ever like the old like California Sports or any of
Yeah.
those? At some point, is this not just okay? We're moving on. Valkyria Chronicles 4. I just picked up the first Valkyria Chronicles. Haven't tried it yet.
Oh, it's
but
so
I'm
good.
interested.
That's actually one that I've played a lot of. It's a strategy skirmish RPG set in a kind of alternate universe, World War II-ish kind of feel.
Okay.
um,
Blimps, right?
I-
Blimps.
No, there's no blimps. There's tanks.
I thought it was a
There's-
blimpy one.
There's tanks, and then like, instead of having rocket launchers, they have what's called lancers, which is
Oh.
basically a dude with a giant lance and shield that fires off a rocket. I really liked Valkyria Chronicles. I would be interested in this one. I don't know why they went from 1 to 4, unless there's a bunch of like PSP Vita shit that I missed.
I think there have been a few games in between.
But I really like the series. I'll probably pick it up.
All right.
Okay.
Vampire, which is already out. I don't know why it's on this list.
Yeah, and Yahtzee already did a
Well,
review. He was
it's not-
unimpressed, but it's sort of his job to be unimpressed.
It's on this list because this is E3, and E3 happened 3 weeks ago.
yeah,
Right.
this has been taken. Yeah. So
No, but it was released before E3.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I don't
Oh,
get why
that's
it's here.
V Rally 4.
It's a racing
Racing
game.
game.
Done. Warhammer 2 Vermintide. Me and
It's
Clops
already
already own
out.
this. Yeah, we've played this on stream. We're not talking about it.
Same with 40K.
40K.
Inquisitor.
I haven't played that one though.
It's been out though.
Okay, skipping it. War Groove. Why
No
do I
idea.
feel like this is way shittier than it sounds
It
like?
sounds
hope
like a
it's like-
dancing game.
I hope it's like a dancing World War II game. Honestly,
I hope it's like a dancing game, but you have to kill people as you go. Let's
That's-
never
that's what I
correct ourselves.
So it looks like
Oh.
it's going to be. It's
Just said
actually for
let's
Switch.
Uh,
Let's see, it's up and coming turn-based tactics video game.
PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. That's what it says.
I might buy it for Switch. It actually looks like a spiritual successor to Advanced Wars.
Oh, I liked
interesting.
Advance
Well,
War.
which
I
one?
did too.
I liked both of them.
Yeah, both of them. I don't know.
I liked one. Two.
It
was
just
no
looks.
bueno.
It just from the images, it has that. Yeah, it's definitely fucking Advanced Wars.
Okay. You ever
I'm
played
in.
Advance Wars still?
I remember Advanced Wars very well. One of our uncle's other nephews on his brother's side played
Oh,
that.
they
played
got
that game.
dragons. It's like
This
medieval.
is why nobody can keep track of who's in my family, Phil, because you drop stuff like our uncles, nephews,
So-
second
Yeah,
cousins,
just-
dogs, hamsters.
Just drop
babies.
a
See,
first
it's-
name and 0 fucks.
It's a fantasy kind of medieval one, though. It's got dragons and plague fucking doctors.
Wait, plague fucking like? Oh look, that guy's
They're
got
plague
the
fucking dog.
plague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fuck.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
like this
Yeah.
dude's got the plague and a big dick. Let's go fuck him.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in on this one. This will be definitely a
This
good
is
one
very
for
much your
Switch.
kind of game.
Oh, I love it.
All right,
With all the fucking.
moving
and the
on.
plague.
Waking.
Waking.
Wanking?
Nobody
I don't know.
has
Wait,
fucking-
Wanking.
There is
It's-
one reason I will play Waking, and that's if the sequel is called And Baking.
Waking and baking. It might be. I have no idea.
That's the dream.
You
Live
heard
in
it
the
from here.
dream.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right, okay. The next game has so much controversy on it.
We happy few. I'm not gonna play it.
Oh my
I-
god.
I really wanted to play it. Like I really wanted, like even before like Jim Sterling got a voice acting deal in it. I really wanted to play it because it looked really cool, and I still might. I'm just gonna wait for it to hit that low shelf fucking bargain bin, 90% off Steam sale.
That's a Steam sale
You know?
one. Or one of those where you buy a foreign CD key. I forget what that's called. Gray market.
Oh yeah, fucking G2A. Yeah, definitely.
All right. The Wind
Oh.
Road.
Wind
Quind
Road.
Road.
Wind.
Ooh.
Quind.
Wind.
I don't know.
Road.
It looks like it's a Japanese kind of game.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, this has a different name, I think, in America. But it's a cool samurai game where you play against the
We're so close.
Okay.
Mongols.
For Honor. Done. Got it.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's like an open world game though.
We're so close. Wolfenstein Youngblood and Wolfenstein Cyber Pilot. Why is one's VR? We don't care about VR. Wolfenstein
Yeah.
Youngblood. New Wolfenstein. I like Wolfenstein.
Is it
I'm into
new
it.
or is it a new chapter?
It's a new game. If I remember correctly. I don't know. I liked Wolfenstein when it had all the occult shit in it. And like I liked the Old Blood, like the DLC for the Wolfenstein game for the New Order. But the New Order itself was just like, I'm fighting Mech Hitler. Okay.
Yeah, right. It was.
If you can accept Inglorious Bastards as a movie, you have to accept that as a premise.
You know, I actually got the weird itch to kill some Nazis. So the other ex I mentioned earlier, she let me Wolfenstein New Order, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, and it sufficed. So
Sometimes you just gotta kill you some Nazis.
To be fair
Yeah.
though, I'm over that after it took us like 4 months to get through that goddamn zombie game.
I'm
shit.
always
Remember
down to
the
fucking
zombie
kill
Nazi
Nazis.
games?
I'm always down.
Oh my
but
god.
this is I guess having it has a co-op in it actually, starring BJ's twin daughters.
Yerp.
Huh? I didn't know that part.
All right,
should
Yakuza
be fun.
Kiwami Dos.
It's Yakuza games. I've never played them.
Any of them? Anybody
Yeah.
play the Yakuza games?
Never touched them.
Okay.
I've been told to. They're apparently really
Okay,
good.
so is the next one Yakuza O or Yakuza 0, like a remake?
Wow. I haven't played
Or a
those.
prequel. Okay, well, looks like we're done with E3. Hey!
Finally!
Hey,
All
look
right.
at that.
Well, it took us 3 weeks.
Jesus Christ. And we still have like 15 minutes to go on about other bullshit and nonsense. I love this.
Right.
Okay, so moving on down. We've been saving this for a while because we haven't gotten to it, but let's give Klops a chance to talk, and let's talk about the ending of Far Cry 5.
Oh God.
Oh wait,
Oh.
hold on. Let me go ahead and turn my brain off.
Yeah, that's his default setting, by the way, guys.
Oh boy.
Well, that's where my brain went. Fucking. So you've completed it, right?
I have not. That's okay though. Feel free to ruin it. I'm just there for the fun of shooting dudes in the face.
Okay. So the other problem I have with Far Cry 5 now, besides the whole plot element of you just getting trank darted every fucking time,
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
is that both the endings are shit. Okay.
Oh,
I don't understand how they have multiple endings.
Well, you know, like in 3 where you made a choice, you make a choice in this one
Yeah,
as
but
well.
it was a non-choice anyways, so sure. Okay.
No, actually, I really liked the ending I got in 3. I left the fucking island with my friends, and my dude was like, I don't know if I can stop being this monster. And then I watched the other ending for Far Cry 3, which is where you got stabbed in the chest after fucking a chick.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm glad I left. I'm glad that didn't happen to me. This one, you either get the choice to resist and fight Father, what's his name, or you can leave. I played with Edge, and Edge, of course, wanted to resist. He did. We had this kick-ass battle scene, and then we had to run it to a fucking bunker because they set off a nuclear bomb. And you get to the bunker after the car crashes, and the father pulls you and you alone into the bunker and changes it to a goddamn wall. That's it. And now you're his only disciple after the apocalypse has happened.
but it's
Did they set off the bomb? We don't know. People online have speculated that, yes, if you drive a car the whole fucking time, if you listen to the radio, you can kind of hear about these details happening in the background about how the world is actually getting to this, like, kind of apocalyptic climax of a nuclear kind of thing, like the Cuban Missile Crisis, and it does happen. Shitty ending. Aaron hated it. He's like, that's fucking lame. I didn't even get to kill the dude that I've been wanting to kill this whole goddamn game.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, that's kind of shitty. So we did the other ending on mine, and you get in the car and you leave, and you're leaving, and the sheriff turns on the radio after saying, we're going to go get back up and just come back here and wreck these fuckers. And the song Only You comes on, which is the song they condition you with.
Yep.
And it just sends you into your conditioning, and then it blacks out. So either way, the cult wins,
Oh,
and you fucking lose.
that's so fucking stupid. That's not even. Oh, whatever the fuck. Okay.
Yeah, it
That's-
wasn't even a good ending. However, on a bright note, I do have the DLC, and I was playing the Hour of Darkness DLC because it's the only one that's out right now, which you play
Is
in
that
like,
zombies.
it's Vietnam.
Okay.
And it's actually a lot of fun running around in this like map. It's super
Okay.
short. It's maybe about I played it for like an hour, got halfway through it. I have another hour to play through before I beat it.
Okay.
It's
well,
not a hard
I mean,
DLC,
It's DLC, so what do you
but
expect?
it'll be fun. And it actually, I'm looking forward to the next 2 DLCs, which one is on Mars with mutants and one is a zombie one.
Have you played any of the arcade stuff?
I have not. That's something I need to go back and play as well.
So I've played some of it, and I mean it's cool, but most of it was super easy. Maybe I was just doing
Yeah.
it wrong.
Well, the whole game was easy. Like, we quickly got some of the best weapons and never swapped off. We had LMGs, we had grenade launchers, we had rocket launchers, we had sniper rifles, we had flamethrowers, and we just mowed down everything. We never took cars, so we never heard any of the like things in the background, quote unquote, because we were too busy flying fucking attack helicopters around.
That's true. I did that a lot too. Like once you unlock them, why not just take them everywhere? And you
Yeah.
unlock them, and then you unlock the skill to repair them. So
Yeah. Oh, and then on top of that, you unlock a skill that lets you parachute in anywhere that you can fast travel. So you go around and like you want to collect all the other bonus shit. Oh man, drop point. Let me just fly in and fucking go collect my thing. it peaks out really easy in this game, and like we were
Yeah.
playing on hard, and like it wasn't
I had a
that
good
hard.
time, but I was very disappointed in the towards the end. All right, cool. Hey, we finally got to it. It's only been fucking a gazillion years.
Yeah,
I
All
gotta
right.
say, for someone who hasn't played that game, that does sound like a shitty ending. I'm not gonna buy that now or play it in any capacity.
they have a really good like you really feel like you want to kill this cult. You know, they have that really good feeling of like, I
Sure.
fucking hate these assholes.
But they
yes,
keep interrupting it.
yeah, and that's the other big issue with that game. Like, I'm super sad that those things happen.
Also, if there are as many bears in the wild as there are in this game, they are nowhere near being endangered. Holy fuck.
Actually, that was one of my favorite things about that game was how wacky the AI got. So, like, in the game, a cultist truck pulls up, right? And they start shooting at you. And you're shooting at them. And then the more cultists show up. And then a bear attacks. And then wolves attack. And then fucking turkeys attack. Like, everything is just out to get you.
Yeah.
And it got pretty wacky. And I enjoyed that part.
I didn't know this game was set in Australia. That's all I got to say.
Pretty much.
All right, moving on. Here's another thing we've been meaning to get to for fucking ever, and this time we get Bonsai to unleash. Bonsai, tell us about Paper Girls.
Oh, good. We're not talking about Far Cry anymore. Paper Girls. I got it sitting right here because I had a bathroom emergency right before this started, and Paper Girls kept me company. Paper Girls, comic by Brian K. Vaughan, the guy who's doing Saga right now. And if you haven't heard any of the episodes of this where I've talked about Saga before, Frill, Saga. Saga's so good. Saga is your introduction to the world of non-superhero comics, and just, kicking my headphones off my own head. That was random. My foot got caught on the cord, apparently. Saga's good.
I'm Devin, and I'm stupid.
Saga is amazingly good. And honestly, Paper Girls is really quickly becoming on par with Saga for me. Like, really fast. It's a series I had heard about. It had gotten a bunch of awards. You know me, I only collect the trade paperbacks. I'm always a little bit behind people who are reading single issues. But I finally picked up Paper Girls. I'm already up to book 4. It's so good. Like, redunculously good. It's about these 4 paper girls in the 1980s. So there's some of the first girls to take paper routes back in the day, and like kind of carve out their own territory, and a lot of people are giving them shit for it. When all of a sudden they're mugged by strange men in robes, and after getting pissed off and chasing them down, they run into a strange device in a basement and are now just kind of going through time. I don't know how to put it. They're traveling through time, but unintentionally. They're not in control of their trek through time.
So it's like Sliders, but through time.
I was thinking of
and less like
Arcade of Bunabashi.
There's a lot less of like, you have to be here at this certain time. It's more like they just keep accidentally meeting up with shit where it's like, hey, fucking time travel's happening, and then they go along with it. It's like a slippery slope kind of thing. But so far, it's so good. I like a really slow developing plot, because to me, a lot of books seem to get to book 3 or book 4, and they've already burnt up their best ideas really early on. I can point to a number of series I'm still collecting and I still like, but are way too guilty of burning all their best ideas really quick in their story. This is a nice slow burn. They've been stumbling upon a war happening throughout time. Time travelers warring with each other at different points in time, and we still haven't even found out who the two sides are, really. Book 4, and I'm not done with book 4, obviously, but they're just starting to talk about the fact that there are two sides and where the two sides are coming from. So it's this really great slow burn that's very character-driven. Each book, we seem to be taking a closer focus on each one of the characters. Like, one of them finds out she doesn't have very long to live. She dies of leukemia like 8 years after she starts time traveling. So she's in this very like, fuck it, I'm gonna die of leukemia. So what the fuck do I care what happens now? I'm safe. Another one is slowly finding out that she's gay. It's, the 1980s is where she's from. It's still a little bit more taboo. And she's just not quite sure what to do with it, because she's finding out through these visions she's getting. From traveling through time, she's seeing flashes of things, and she's just seeing herself with girls, and she's like, but I don't want to do that. That's not me. I'm not doing that. So it's there's still one character we haven't taken too close of a look at. One of the characters, we actually get to meet her in the future. They run into the future version of herself, who's like, I don't remember any of this. Y'all are nuts, but what the fuck am I going to do? That's clearly a little me running around. So you get to learn about people in different ways through different things, and it's very focused on who they are, but also really heavily feeding you the background of this war that they're stumbling upon.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done. I'm liking the slow burn pace. I'm liking the characters. I'm liking the setting. It's awesome. I'm loving it.
Okay.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Cool. And I will say, I will back up his assertions about Saga. It is a good series.
Saga's too good.
I see it as if you added a little bit more sci-fi and a little bit more fantasy into like Firefly.
Yeah, and one of the things I really like about Saga is Brian K. Vaughan has specifically said that he makes things as over the top and ridiculous as he can to try and fight anybody ever even attempting to make a movie or a TV show out of it. He wants it to just be a comic. It doesn't need to be a franchise. It doesn't need to be a movie. It doesn't need to be an epic. He just wants this comic to be a comic. That's what it was made for. And I love that he's doing that. And I love how over the top it gets. There was actually one of the volumes they released, one of the big hardback volumes. The cover has the mom holding her baby and breastfeeding the baby right on the cover. And apparently a lot of places wrote in and were like, hey, can we get our, can you make an alternate cover? Can you do a second run with a different cover? Because people are complaining. And they were like, look, here's the two options we'll give you. You can turn it around so that people don't have to see it and you can still carry it, or you can not carry it. Those are your only two options other than carry it and display the fucking thing. That's it. I love the dude's stance on it. And even better, he never actually wrote any sort of like... It deals with a lot of aliens, but he never wrote what like color aliens were, what race things were supposed to look like. He just told the artist, like, who cares? Just draw them. So she ends up drawing this, even like humanoid species come in lots of very different colors. Some of them very terrestrial, some of them very extraterrestrial, but you have lots of different, you have fat people, skinny people, black people, butch people, like it's a very varied cast. It just feels very real because there's such a diversity to what's being presented. It's great. Saga is just solid all around. And if what's even weirder about it is if I were to try and sell you on the plot line, you'd go, this is a shitty Romeo and Juliet knockoff. Why would I read this? And it's so much more than that.
It is. It is. And
Yes, it is.
As commendable as it is for him to say that he only wants it to be a comic book, I will say I want this show to be a comic book. I want this show to be a movie. Basically, I would just like
movie's
money.
never going to be able to do that. It'll never.
I'm talking about this show, not Saga.
Oh, Paper Girls?
No, 5D podcast.
Oh, this?
Because we want money. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, no, we'll sell the fuck out. I mean, really, you want us to smoke cigarettes on here? I'll pick up the habit again as long as you're paying me.
I'll clean my room.
I'll do it. I'll fucking pull that trigger.
My check.
Huh?
I just smoked 2 cigarettes. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
seriously, where's this check? Can
So-
somebody please get him a check for this?
Can we say cha-ching? Anyways, on that note, that is the end of our show today. Check us out on 5dpodcast.com. We are also on Podbean and iTunes under In5D, or look for 5D Team. We also stream these things live on YouTube, Mondays Pacific Standard Time of 7 o'clock. And there is the new podcast. It's up. It's
Special plug. Philip, do special plug.
Yeah, here you go, Philip. Tell us about the podcast.
So Devin and I have launched a new podcast. It is called the Bias Bros Podcast. You can find it here on 5D. You can find it on the Metagame Network. You can find it on iTunes. You can find it on Podbean. You can find it on no,
Not Podbean.
not
They won't-
Podbean.
They
No,
won't let
not
us.
that one. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
But anyways, cool. Final words, Bonsai.
Saga, Paper Girls, and what's the third thing that's on my shelf? Ultimate Spider-Man. Read those. They're all good.
Right. Final words, Klops.
We also stream on Tuesdays over on the Metagame Network over on twitch.tv, and I'll actually be there for this next one.
What?
That is correct. And we might be starting a Borderlands new run through. We haven't decided. But if you're excited about it, let us know. Philip, thanks for joining in on this one, being a guest host. Final
Yeah.
words.
Of course, anytime.
Sorry we're all steamrollers, but we have this thing where we just talk over each other anyways, and then we fix it in post. Except
it's all
we
good.
Fix it in post.
That's
It's all
true.
good.
Final
I'm not
words,
worried
Phil.
about it. Oh, final words. Well, if anyone wants to follow me on my useless Twitter account, you can follow me at unfiltered UNPHILTEREDDD. Considering
I
adding
love
2
his
more
Twitter
Ds.
handle.
I'm considering adding 2 more Ds. Just
I
to
think
make
you should.
happy.
I
Yeah,
think you
am. I
should.
might. I just
All the fucking D's. All right. And on that note, bye.
See ya!
Bye.